Yo, what's up?
What's
We were
up?
trying a new video. It didn't download properly, obviously, but whatevs. Anyway, as always, I am your host. I am Amanda. With me is my right hand, Cassie.
I'm eating. Sorry.
Nitos.
This is dinner with y'all. I'm okay with calling this like dinner with friends.
And you might as well just think that this is a wonderful time to stay warm because,
Yeah.
ugh.
I want hot cheese tonight. I thought hot cheese.
I am so pissed. I am pissed beyond belief.
Mm-hmm. What?
Here I have the snow, and I've always wanted to go fizzy bloop.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously not from here, like down here, safe distance. I go outside. There's this big mound of snow. Look, I'm walking on the snow because of all the sleet that froze over the snow. She landed and she's just walking on top
And
of the
she was
snow, and
sliding
I'm
down.
just like,
That's funny. See, and that's why Gemma hates this kind of snow. She loves snow, but she hates when she steps on something and it feels solid, and then she steps down, like she freaks out. You can tell it's literally the inconsistency of it stepping. So she
and
like
what?
skirts around the edges of things like a
And where's
flute.
she going? All of this? I ain't step a foot anywhere.
She went to go outside, right?
Well, she
Yeah.
went outside earlier, and the bush by the walkway into the apartment, there was still a bald spot because of the way how the wind was blowing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then the guys came and they covered up her spot, so she just crapped right onto the walkway, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go pick that up. Not that I don't ever not pick up my dog poopy. I pick up my dog's poopy.
It can be
Hey,
hard to find
hey,
though.
oh, no, 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 no! Don't you start that. So.
Because
Of course, I love the fact that it barely dusts, and these mofo's show up at like 1 o'clock in the morning, wakes everybody up, grind using the wind, using a snow blower, and they
you're kidding.
plow through at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. There's actual snow, and these mofo's can't show up till 5, 6 o'clock at night. It's
Right.
like,
That's
are you kidding me?
well.
Get a reality check, bud. You need to know what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
Seriously. Ugh. But yeah,
Like
it's
the
just
earliest
been
you
a
should be
day.
doing it's like 6 or 7 a.m. And I can understand doing it that early, even 4 or 5 a.m. But because there's some people get up very early, and I'm sure it depends on the snow, how it's coming down. This
Yeah, I
came
mean,
really steady. I don't know when it really dropped. Do you know if there was a time? Because for me, it was like kind of flakes, 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 and then in the morning it was there.
hey, McGrowley, stop it. I didn't really pay attention to it. Luckily it happened on a day that I didn't have to stream or anything. That's all that I was grateful for, because oh my god, that would have just wrecked the internet to no end. I know we're supposed to be getting some more on Thursday,
Hmm.
but mom said that it pretty much was coming um from the direction where my old apartment was, like where my windows were. So if I was still in my old apartment, it would have just been slamming up against my apartment.
Yeah,
um I guess that's
I can't remember
okay,
directions to
hold
be
on.
honest. I'm bad
So
with
if this
directions.
is north, east is always the right of north. So if that's west, so that would have been north. It was coming in from the north.
Okay.
um Now we have these winds coming in from the west, and this is the only reason why I know this is west, which is why it's so loud and these back rooms are so cold,
It years.
is because it's hitting the office and the bedroom.
Yeah, makes sense.
And mom's like, well, to the west. I'm like, huh?
It's
She's
one of the
like,
good things about living
at
underground
the
is
west.
I
I'm
think I
like,
get a little more protection underground.
and yeah, well, you also live in better apartments, so.
Oh my God, you should feel my bathroom is literally a whole different climate because and I should put my thermometer in there to see how cold it gets. I noticed this 4 or 5 days ago, and my electricity has been horribly high, which I guess was expected. But when you raise your arms, well, when I raise my arms, you couldn't reach it, but when I raise my arms, I can feel just cold air on the ceiling. It was just like sucking the any warmth out of it. So
It's
we
a
started shutting my
spirit.
bathroom
It's
door.
a spirit.
It is
Call
so
Ghost
cold.
Adventures.
Well, and it's right by the vent. There's and I don't know exactly why there is so much cold exposed there exactly, but it just sucks it out of it. So like I've started shutting that door and I think I'll save so much electricity. But you walk in there to go pee, and it's like, oh my God, I'm so cold. I don't want to take off my pants. I don't want to get in the
See,
shower.
I'm so kind of used to that because you know me. I close my bathroom door,
Yeah,
so no
don't want to
heat
bother
gets
you.
in there. I'm just kind of used to it. It's
Yeah.
funny because the way that I have everything set up is I have the thermostat at just warm enough so the pipes don't freeze,
Yeah. Good call.
except for in one room.
Bathroom, the one place where we won't pay for freeze.
No, the office.
Oh,
And even then, I don't have to worry too much about the office because I have all the animals have now moved in here. I have the heated blanket, plus with all the electronics, it keeps it quite warm in here. But it is because like no one's ever noticed that I have a blanket that blocks off being able for
well,
anything to
it
head that
makes a
way.
huge difference. It's amazing the difference that makes. Huge difference.
So I could feel the temperature change just from going from here to the living room. It's like, oh, that's cold.
I mean, I could do the same thing back in summer when you're doing it the opposite way, to get it cooler in there. Oh,
Mm. Noodles,
I have egg noodles. What kind of noodles do you have?
ramen. I'm down to the bare necessities because we didn't get an order in.
Gotcha. I
So
have
we're
peanut butter
definitely down.
and I've got canned tuna. I'll be fine.
I have tuna, but my bread went bad, so I don't know how
Well,
that.
eat it out of the can if I have to. I'm
Ew!
not. If I had to eat, I'm gonna eat it.
I just made the last of my French fries. I ate the last of my tacos the other night, so I'm down to ramen. And normally I prefer my ramen with cheese, but I'm out of cheese, and I'm just like, oh my god,
Poor baby. Do you put soy sauce in your ramen?
hot sauce.
I've gotten really into soy sauce in my ramen, and I figured, you like salt, and soy is salt. Good soy is
Well,
salt.
I salt my ramen anyway, so hot sauce.
I really want to make some chicken buffalo dip. I've got some cream cheese, and I've got a little bit of chicken breast. But I don't think I have
Mom,
hot sauce. I
Mom's
need
talking
hot
about
sauce.
making some of that, so I was like, "Ooh, I have a few chips left." Yay! They got good thing I took Doritos instead of the tortilla chips towards that.
Right? Save you some chips.
Mom's like, "Why'd you
I
already
put on
use
some
all the
Ritz crackers,
Doritos?"
man. I don't care.
I was like, "I used it for tacos." She was like, "Those are supposed to be snacks." I was like, "I used them for tacos."
It's crazy, man.
They became taco food. Nummy, nummy. Ugh. Oh, so when we were streaming, we said something about
Huh.
the lady who put Gorilla Glue in her hair and how she was planning on suing. A real quick update: she's not suing them, so good. At least some intelligence came out of that. And if you haven't heard, yes, she got it taken care of. She
I
has her.
am happy she's okay, and
I'm happy that she's
I'm
okay.
kind of almost happy, and this is where the unpopular opinion. I'm happy she got a little bit of help, like financial help. Everybody's like, why would you do that? You're helping stupidity. But like, how I'm so stupid. I
Look,
do so many stupid things. If somebody
we
would
all
help
do.
me when I was
We all do
stupid,
stupid things.
or that was pretty
Okay,
stupid, yeah.
I'm not
But,
saying that.
yeah,
And she got the surgery done absolutely free,
yeah, right. And then she made some cash or on the side with
almost thirty thousand
me.
dollars.
Right. That's a little excess, but I'm glad she at least got the help without having to pay too bad because we've all been really stupid.
Well, the thing is it would eventually, even if she couldn't, though, her hair would have eventually grown, and she would have just had to chop that part of her hair off.
See, and I thought there was some sort, and I have no idea. So I thought there would be some sort of burns or something, like there had to be something chemical. And I don't know that. But Gorilla Glue is like hardcore. Like,
Yeah,
I've seen
just
chemical burns from Nair on, head, like horrible. Never put Nair on your head, people. Don't do it. And it is just like, but they weren't like bad enough that they'd have to get, say, skin grafts or something.
but no, I am happy to know that she's doing okay. I'm a lot more happy the fact that she's not suing Gorilla Glue because I'm sorry, you're 40 something years old. You should know better.
You kind of should know.
Coming from a 40-something-year-old, you should know better.
I feel bad saying
But
that too loud though, because I know tomorrow I'm gonna step off the sidewalk into a ditch that I know is there. I don't know. I'm gonna say something so stupid. Do something so stupid.
I'm breathing. I'm doing something stupid. Trust me, it's okay. The amount of accidents I've had from doing stupid stuff. Do you know how many surgeries and
Talk about an
scars I
alligator bite.
have? Okay, that was not a stupid mistake. That was running for my life from a spider. That's completely different.
Mm-hmm. This is I believe you face.
I'm talking about how many times I've gone through a car window, jumping bikes in the junkyards, to jumping off of 2-story buildings.
Did you ever do it with the umbrella? Everybody has to do it with an umbrella. One time.
I'm not stupid.
I didn't expect it to work. I just thought if you're gonna jump off, you'd have to do it with an umbrella.
My claim to fame for jumping off of a building is for I think it was my 12th birthday party. We lived on the second floor of this duplex, and I got a kiddie pool, and I got a trampoline for my birthday. Yo, I got this. All right, everybody, step up, step up, step up. All right, guys, I'm going to jump from this balcony. I'm going to hit the trampoline. I'm going to flip over the branch of the tree, and I'm going to land in the pool.
At least you called your shot. Good for you. That's important, people. Call your shot.
I got 2 out of 4.
That's pretty good.
Woo! I jumped from the balcony. I hit the trampoline, skyrocketed to the branch of the tree, and landed on the concrete next to the pool. Ta-da!
Close second.
So 2 out of 4 ain't bad? Is that how that Meatloaf song goes? I don't think so.
I think the damage you sustain would also play into that. Could you walk away? Oh my god, he's so cute.
So, if y'all don't know, I made my sister go through like a month and a half of quarantine before she was allowed to come over here and bring me my Christmas presents. Because that's how I roll. And I finally got Can you hear him at all?
A little bit. You kind of hear the electronics more somehow. That's bad. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back. Whew. All you heard was electronics. I think it might be better if he's farther away. Maybe we'll hear his voice. Okay, I heard more of his voice. Yeah, those electronics, like, whoo. How's that? Sorry, people. I'm so sorry. I didn't think about that being louder. He's so cute. And then he rolls, right? He just rolls.
Oh, he rolls. He lifts his arm up. He tries to use the force and stuff like that.
Oh my god! Does he close his eyes and like concentrate?
No. No, the eyes don't close. The ears move, the arms move, and then he rolls around.
He's almost perfect.
But he's not anatomically correct.
Explain. Oh.
I explained.
Yeah. I see.
And he's cute. Mean? I'll be honest though, this one I think is really, really adorable. I know he's not soft or anything, but this was just really adorable.
Yeah.
This one's soft-ish. Like the body's soft-ish, things like that. This is a great cosplaying kit. This one I think is a better display unit.
I feel like we just need to find a puppet, like the actual puppet type thing.
And then, by the way, I'm so sorry. I'm having such first world problems.
Don't we all?
Someone pity me.
Pity. So much pity.
Thank you.
Sympathy.
So, you haven't noticed.
If it's something on the screen, remember I'm on phone and you're this big.
Okay.
Like, your whole screen.
So if you guys can see,
what am I looking for?
I'm sitting at a different angle, and things have changed.
It's pretty dark over there.
So the bookcase is no longer there. Because the bookcase is over here.
I see like a stack of CDs or something. I don't even know.
Those are all the games, because I can no longer have one of the bookshelves here. So the bookshelf that was on the table is now on the floor. And then the Middle Earth Shadow of War display is over here. And
There
the
she
bookshelf from there is now over here. And I'll show that off when somebody gets here because, oh, he gonna want that. He can't have it.
is.
Because I have the second monitor, which I
Okay.
desperately need.
So you did get it. Good.
Problem.
Of course.
The HDMI, there's only one in the actual tower of the PC, so I have to go buy an HDMI splitter so I can hook up both monitors.
That stinks. And there's only one in your tower?
I spent 12 hours destroying my house to get this.
What do you
It's
mean?
Tommy! Hi, Tom! I spent 12 hours rearranging my entire office so I can move stuff around so I can get a second monitor that I can't use till I get the HDMI splitter. Oh, my first world problems.
I'm not going to make a joke that I wanted to make, but
Shut up.
I feel like it doesn't have to be said.
right? Fuck
Oh
PC.
yeah, absolutely.
But your display is now there with my Destiny 2 stuff. Look at it. Love it. You know you want it.
Nice.
You can't have it.
I mean, depending on what's up there, I might already have it.
Yeah, I meant the display itself, bud.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I was gonna say, I was like, I've pretty much got a whole room dedicated to Destiny 2, like memorabilia at this point. So
you have it to Destiny 2. I have it to Cade 6.
he's dead. Who cares?
Hey, should have been Savala.
Best storytelling decision they made so far.
Should have been Savala.
I mean, yeah, but that wouldn't have had anywhere near the same impact.
Look, don't be upset because Kay told the truth. He knew, like we all do, that we're all in it for one reason and one reason only.
Loot.
The loot.
Yep.
That's the only reason why we play this game. It's the only reason why we torture ourselves. It's for the loot.
To be fair, though, I wouldn't want to kill off Lance Reddick either, though, because Lance Reddick just seems like a chill-ass dude. Which so does Nathan Fillion, to be fair. Like, not knocking one or the other, but Lance Reddick has a way sexier voice than Nathan Fillion does.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to fight with her about Nathan Fillion.
I mean, I never said anything bad against Nathan Fillion. I think he's a great dude.
I'll end it all. Well, look, I like Nathan Fillion. I never said he had a great voice. When I think of actors with a voice that makes me go, huh? Sean Connery, Alan Rickman, David Bowie, very iconic voices. You know them anytime they speak.
How dare you not say anything about my man James Earl Jones or Ian McKellen? I am ashamed of you.
Look, I like James Earl Jones. His voice, though, unless it's saying a Vader line, really doesn't make me go, ugh.
All right, well, I'm sorry you're dead inside.
It's more like a comforting thing for me. I think Earl Jones isn't like, oh my God, that's hot. But it's more like, oh, would you read me a bedtime story? Like, I would love to get tucked into the cocoa.
I mean, maybe that's the difference then, is that's what I would imagine is I'm like, if you were reading me a story, I'd want to hear more from you. Yeah. I rarely ever hear a guy's voice and wonder what it would be like to be seduced by them.
I don't know. I need it to be loud enough to drown out my neighbors, so I'm going to have to go with Samuel L. Jackson reading me a bedtime story.
That's a good video.
What are you doing to Vader?
He's killing it because you dissed my man James.
Look at her. She shoved her head into Darth Vader's crotch right behind BB-8. What is the matter with you, dog?
You don't get to question their activities.
Yeah. Yes, I do. They're my dogs.
Consenting adults. Vader's a little pushy, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Appropriate.
No, my cat Vader is pushy.
So. I'm trying to think. Is it Michael Fassbender? I like his voice.
I mean, Michael Fassbender has a pretty awesome voice. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone use it as a metric for liking someone's voice, though.
Oh, Tom, you missed it. After a month and a half of quarantine, I finally allowed Cassi to come over.
Oh,
I heard
Lord.
corn training, not quarantining. That was fascinating.
It's the remote controlled one.
I have no words for you.
Well, I have every remote control so far since the BB-8 came out. Okay,
that's okay. That's fair. I mean, of everybody in my friend group, you're probably the only person that I can internally justify having that. Anybody else, I just make fun of them endlessly.
You should still make fun of her endlessly.
I
Well, he
probably
does.
will.
He
Yeah.
does. He
Justified and
does.
funny.
He totally does.
I was gonna say, whenever she comes onto our podcast, it's basically an hour of me berating everybody else. So
Roast hour.
Even though it's funny. Amanda, got an opinion on this? Let me see who says first.
I mean, yeah. It's either you or it's Josh who goes first, because I know that you guys are gonna have the most talking points we can jump off of.
Well, you know me, I can talk.
Exactly. So
Under the pod.
Oh, by the way, did you hear? There's gonna be a Pokemon concert.
it's gonna be a what?
There's gonna be a Pokemon concert with Post Malone. It's gonna be streamed on YouTube.
Did Post Malone record the original Pokemon soundtrack or something?
I
Is there
don't
a
know.
reason why he's connected, or
I just know that there's a virtual concert featuring Post Malone to celebrate Pokemon's 25th anniversary. And I'm totally going to watch it. It's going to be on February 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that should be 5 p.m. your time. And they're showing it on Pokemon.com, Twitch, and YouTube.
I mean, I will not be at anywhere I can sit in on that. I'm going to be in the middle of nowhere for the 27th and the 28th.
Honey, you're in Colorado in a bunch of snow. You're already in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but at least it's pretty. I mean, I also like I didn't grow up with Pokemon. I never played any of the games. It's not really like anything that is special to me. Like my references for Pokemon are basically memes and just by proxy of being like a video game nerd that I know that they exist, but I never played them.
I'm sorry. I'm just watching. I'm looking at Tom's silhouette with the beard. Who's that YouTuber? What are you doing?
I want a spinny chair. I miss having a spinny chair.
Dude, spinny chairs are the best.
The little things.
It really is. You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Right. I have chairs, just chairs.
No.
Chairs.
Well, I'm not going to do it to you guys because I already did it during another podcast. We went through my binders of Pokemon cards.
See, my brother was super into that. He has a bunch of binders that he left over from like the 90s and early 2000s, but I just never got into it.
Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering. And then they started making fun of me because I still have the Upper Deck Marvel cards that you could play, the Overpower cards. I have Harry Potter, Star Wars, Star Trek, and Inuyasha, and and Digimon, and they're just like, okay, was there a card game you didn't get into? Is there anything nerdy and geeky I haven't gotten into? Is your question. And the answer is probably not.
I play a million Cards Against Humanity.
There you go.
I think the only thing ever pop culture that I'm just like, oh, hell no, was Twilight. I couldn't. I tried.
Marvel for you.
I tried. I tried. It took a total of 9 times watching the first movie before I could finally finish it without falling asleep.
Did you restart every time? That's just like a glutton for punishment.
I started back where I couldn't remember anything. Guess what? That movie is so dull I couldn't remember anything.
Every time.
I was gonna say, I mean, to be fair, I've never actually, even in theaters, I've never sat through that movie once without there being a crowd of people that was making fun of it as it was going along. Like even seeing that movie for the first time in theaters, people couldn't stop making fun of it. They were like, "This is pretty bad."
Take a shot every time somebody takes off their shirt, or take a shot every time.
Take a shot every time Bella goes. Just take a drink every time fucking Bella breathes through her mouth like that.
Yeah.
No, well, you're drunk.
That's like something that like I feel like I should do with like the Amazing Spider-Man movies, because that's like all that Andrew Garfield and what's her name, Emma Stone does. It's like half of their dialogue is just like light, seductive breathing, and you're like, this is just uncomfortable. It's like Spider-Man the ASMR musical. It's really weird.
Yeah, I really didn't care for the second one. The first one was but I preferred the.
First, it was okay. Yeah.
And I realized that I grew up. I come from being able to watch the Tobey Maguire ones, and even them, they're not phenomenal, but they just felt like comic book movies. They really.
I'll fight that the second movie was a pretty well made film. Like Sam Raimi's a good filmmaker, but it was very early 2000s superhero like kind of shtick.
Mm-hmm. And the third one is 50-50.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people give the third one a lot of hell. And it deserves it with that emo shit.
Are you kidding me? That's the best part of the whole movie.
But it's it's the first time that Mary Jane and Peter Parker actually have some kind of a relationship other than her being the damsel in distress every damn time.
Yeah. Like I said, early 2000s, man.
Oh, what's his name? Who plays Sandman?
We're full of tropes.
Who played Sandman?
I see.
I know Church is in his name. Thomas Hated Church.
Thomas Church, yeah.
All I'm always picturing is him from Demon Knight. So sorry.
We've been watching Wings lately.
His portrayal and his arc and his story is so moving and so well done. Like, I could rewatch his story over and over again.
You're talking about Spider-Man, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That, if you rewatch Spider-Man 3 and pay attention to the Sandman character, it is a very well done character. And it is such a shame that they threw in all these other villains when he should have been the star villain in it. Because he's not a straight up villain.
Yeah. That's kind of like typical like Sony shit though too, is they tend to have a fascination with like coming at the very end and they're like, but what if we did all these other things too? And you're like, we had something going here. You didn't have to do this.
Yeah.
I feel like that same thing kind of happened with Venom. Like I feel like there was a foundation in that movie that seems like it was really solid and seems like they had a good idea of what they were trying to do with it. But then it feels like there was just a ton of shit after the fact where they were like, this wasn't really what we were trying to do. And then you were like, I guess I just have to be along for the ride because I don't have a choice. So
right. Yeah. I mean, it is a great movie for like everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's crap. That's a great one for Shane and his thing that he's doing.
I have a feeling that's probably on his list because we've had that conversation before. I don't know what was the video he did this week on? I don't remember.
If not, you could tell him that Amanda approves. That'll help.
I was gonna say that'll get him out the door a little bit. Let's see, what did he do this week? La La Land, that's the one that he did. Which I agree with him on. It is not a masterpiece. People need to stop treating it like it is, but whatever.
Never watched it.
I mean, depending on the type of person you are, you're either going to think it's great or you're going to turn it off and watch something else. So, yeah.
I like musicals. Like musicals though that I like are things like Hello Dolly and Oklahoma and
La La Land. La La Land is basically a musical for people that want to be just fucking depressed. It's literally a Hollywood movie that's anti-Hollywood love stories, which in concept sounds really cool and sounds like it could tell a really interesting story. I don't think La La Land does. I think it fails to follow through on its premise, and I think that it comes off as a little bit too preachy and a little bit too edgelord sad boy mode. It's just it's too much.
Right.
Well, never seen it, and after that, I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, you're really not missing out. Personal opinion, I guess, but has some cool ass camera shots in it though. Has some really cool shots, but that's about it.
I'm gonna regret asking, but what was it?
La La Land.
Yeah.
It's a musical, right? Oh yeah, I haven't even watched that.
Like I said, it's not missing much.
Depressing. Don't.
Oh,
watch
Hamilton. I love all musicals. I don't really care.
Watch Hamilton for the 340 millionth time.
I think I'm past 340 million. I can literally sing almost the entire thing by heart, so it's pretty bad.
I've only seen it twice.
The sickness is there.
once.
But family opera stuff is my favorite.
It's a good musical, but
Repo the Genetic Opera still have some of my favorite songs.
okay, Repo the Genetic Opera is amazing.
I love Cats. I love the original Cats. I have not watched the new one. I refuse to because I love
Oh my
the
god,
original.
she scared me. She's like, I love the original.
Love the original Cats. So I
I
won't
love
even watch the new one. Refuse to. And I get pissed when everybody's like, the only song they know from it is Memory, which is a great song. It's a beautiful song. But there's like so many cool songs in that musical. Like, how dare you only choose Memory?
Hey, I only knew Memory, but I had never seen it. And that's only because I knew it from Barbara Streisand.
You would like Rum Tum Tugger.
I've seen it. I know the songs now.
Okay.
Remember, we watched it on VHS here.
I don't remember being with you, but that does not mean I wasn't.
You brought your VHS over and we watched
Did
it
you get
in
me
the
drunk
old
on this?
apartment.
I don't have it on VHS. I have it on DVD.
VHS, what is that? Ew.
But I believe you that we watched it together. I do have it.
A VHS is how I get to watch my Star Wars original without the stupid special edition, and it's how I get to watch the Star Wars holiday special, and it's how I watch my original Pokemon movies, and it's how I watch the Laugh Olympics. Because
Gross.
I haven't found that on DVD yet. I love the Laugh
No,
Olympics. Go Scooby Doobies!
The only bad thing is just how fragile VHSs can be. So, like, eventually they're not going to be playable, even if you can find something to play them. Because I don't
mean,
have anything to play.
Anything's fragile if you throw it hard enough.
I like that
Except
rule.
for the PS2. The PS2 can go down a flight of stairs and still work. I'm just saying. Mine does.
I feel like
Does
I can find a way. I can find a way to break almost anything.
He's like, yeet!
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Challenge accepted.
I'll go buy a PS2 at
Look,
like-
I love the fact that big old brick PS2 went down a flight of stairs. I was so heartbroken. And then sure enough, it still worked. And I was like, oh, happy day!
Oh, happy day.
That's understandable. It's understandable.
The Athletics.
Did you
The
say math
Athletics.
what?
Yeah, it's a baseball team.
I know who they are.
Oh,
I just-
yeah.
I was
It's
just,
from high school days.
She's not just a nerd. She likes sports as well. She is very multifaceted.
Well, I don't care for sports. I just played baseball and did swim team when I was in high school, but I never kept up with it.
I
But
wanted
yeah,
to
on the
play
bright side, my
baseball,
high school
but
stuff still fits me, so that's cool.
I wanted to play baseball, but of course I was a girl, so I had to play softball, and softball sucks. So nope.
Yeah, but it's great for like just feeling like you're really good at something because you're like, oh, cool. I hit a ball the size of a watermelon, but it felt great. And then you think about it and you're like, oh, I would have had to have been basically blind to miss that.
No kidding. No, it had to be baseball. I couldn't stand the softballs and the way they pitch. No. I learned my entire life how to pitch, and no, absolutely not.
That pitch has its own challenge. I'm not disagreeing, but that pitch is challenging on its own.
And of course I always knew I wasn't going to be able to play football, even though I played tackle football outside of school.
Yeah,
Lost 3 teeth from it.
nice.
I remember getting clothesline, and this tooth was loose right here, and it
Nice.
just popped, and I swallowed it.
Nice. Well
Healthy.
done.
So I ended up playing soccer and volleyball.
That's fair. I mostly stuck to swim team for the most part.
I was required to play soccer. I've been like 6 foot since I was 10, so it was.
I was the goalie.
Okay.
I was really good
Yeah,
at
I was
goalie.
always the goalie. Or the fullback, because people, when you're barreling up on somebody going to a goal, if there is a bit, like I'm a big girl, if there's a big girl that kind of like steps in front of you, you think about it for a minute. Like, I'm not moving.
Our team wasn't that great. And that was the best that they had for goalie. And I remember we were in a match one time, and
Squirrely.
I got goalie, and I got
said that you're
hit,
squirrely.
and my nose got it hit, broke my nose, blood's gushing out of my nose. No one else could play goalie, so my coach just comes, grabs the nose, cracks it back into place, shoves tissues up my nose, and goes, "She's fine. Get back out there."
Yep.
I'm like,
Nice.
Can you imagine that happening now?
Oh my god. We are obviously lost because
Bro,
at
soccer was
this point I'm like, I don't want the ball anywhere near me. No, I'm sorry.
Yep.
My eyes are teary. Everything's blurry. My nose hurts. I just want to go home.
Wow,
Yeah.
man.
And then I quit volleyball because I ended up busting one of my knees, which then later in life ended up getting bit by a tiger. And I'm like, I can't win for losing. What about you, Cassie? You play soccer? Any other sports?
I did play volleyball for a minute, but
Why didn't you
mostly.
play basketball? You could like just walk up and go, it's in.
And again, I did play basketball for a minute. Dribbling though and running coordination is not always my strongest suit. So kicking a soccer ball was easier because you're already kind of looking down. I don't know. It's
That's fair.
I don't know.
I guess it would be dribbling and running for
Basketball
you
is
because
messy.
you'd be with a bunch of people with probably legs like yours. I'm going, you run? I can't keep up with you when you walk. One stride for her is like me going like this.
Why dribbling so hard? That's what I'm saying. You have to it's a lot of coordination.
Nope.
I was
Nope.
walking earlier and we're going through all this snow and here's Gemma trying to hop through things and I have about a 3-foot stride. I don't even know exactly what it is. And this poor little person with her kid is they're trying to go through mine. It's like, go through Gemma's. Gemma's making the why are you trying to walk through mine? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because, Sheba's not here. She passed away last year. That's my mom's dog. And normally Sheba goes out first with my mom and Sheba makes a path. And then Shigo can go out and follow Sheba's path as she doesn't deviate from the path. And today she's just like, I'm just going to poop right here on the concrete step. Cool, great.
Right.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So the Chihuahua's running around like this. Oh, look at this dog. And the 18-year-old dog's like,
I understand how fifth gig,
oh.
I feel like the snow over here would be higher than her head. And you might just see the tufts of her ears kind of coming.
I told you, we had enough snow for me to flunk her in. It's just the sleet stopped me from doing it.
Too solid.
I was pissed.
I haven't taken Jim out yet tonight, so I'm not sure what it's like at the moment. This morning it was like that, where I had the dome, the solid layer. And we have a weird dessert thing going out there with some soft nougaty stuff, and then you got the hard crispy crunch layer, and then the nice icing on top. It's all frosty.
My favorite thing is watching these morons trying to get out of the parking lot. And I'm not talking about the international students. I'm not talking about the prissy girls in the little Priuses. I'm talking about the big redneck dudes in their big old trucks who have 4-wheel drive and still don't know how to get out in the snow.
I mean, if you're a good driver, it doesn't matter if you have 4-wheel or 2-wheel. I mean, it's not that challenging. I don't know how people haven't figured that out yet, but
I watched one guy.
If you can't get out of the thing, you just put it back into the spot and leave it alone. Don't drive anywhere.
I don't even know how he did this. Was going up the hill of the parking lot, lost control, and ended up in the grate of the pool, which is to the right.
Okay.
Well done.
Not behind him. He slid, going uphill. He was trying to go uphill, and instead of sliding it back, he slid and slammed his back end into the fence of the pool. And I'm just like,
yeah.
Good man.
Talent. Sheer talent.
Man, I didn't have that recording. And you do too much on Twitch and YouTube when you're going, oh man, I didn't get that recorded.
Yeah, I could have been famous.
Put that on one of them collection videos.
Yep.
Watch who are they called? Those people who pay. Oh, this is becoming popular, so here, let me pay you for your meme. You're not buying my meme. I don't even know who they are. I know they went after MXR for playing. They do react videos, and they reacted to some of the memes, and they claimed that they owed them hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Talking about the Fine Brothers?
No, not the Fine Brothers. This is another company. What they do is if your meme starts going viral, your video, whatever it is, they buy it from you, and then people have to pay $50 to be able to use it in their YouTube videos and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And reacting is a fair use. So luckily they won their case, and it was proven that it was fair use. But still, it's like,
That's kind of a genius idea, though. Buy people's memes and make people pay to use them is kind of brilliant.
I
I
hate to
wish I
break
thought
it
of
to
Like a
that.
you.
trademark.
I
I
hate to
wish I
break it
thought of
to
that.
the company, but they're not buying my meme. They don't get my meme. My meme will be fair use, and you all can make fun of it all you want.
I will absolutely let somebody buy a meme of me for at least $100,000.
Per year.
Huh?
Like it'll be an
No,
annual thing.
it's just
Put
no,
it
it's just
put in an
one.
I was
annual
thinking more
renewal.
like biannual, but that's
I feel
fine
like
too.
if you're clever, you're like, okay, let's bring up the
Yeah, let's
contract.
hash this out. Yeah.
No, no.
If you can match my month-to-month paycheck and
Jukin
then basically
Media.
double my income, that'd be fine.
Jukin Media.
I have not heard of them. I'm gonna have to do some research on this.
Ich weiß nicht.
I think they've actually gone after other people.
Wouldn't shock me.
And the thing is like they will copyright claim people for a video that's less than 5 seconds. Well, you show the whole video. It's 5 seconds. Where do I cut it?
Yeah. That's my favorite when like skirting around like Disney copyright is they're like, oh, that was 7 seconds too long. And I was like, all right, I'll cut out 7 seconds. Well, now you need another second gone. And I'm like, how about if I just don't use the clip? They're like, oh, that's fine. And I'm like, yeah, I know it's fine, but defeats the purpose of it being in there.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's a good time.
I will never, ever, ever, ever understand that stuff. It just, and thank God there is fair use out there and people that are defending it.
Oh, and then half the
Because,
time it gets ignored anyways.
well, have you seen like this new latest thing? It started like 8 or 9 months ago where other YouTubers are now yelling copyright claims and stuff like that on other YouTubers because
Yeah.
they reacted to their video or they talked about them in their video. And I'm like,
Yeah.
get off your
extreme.
high and mighty horse. And I don't even remember which YouTuber it was, but she went after, and this is a person that has almost 4 million subscribers, went after this poor little dude that had like 118. Girl, get off your high horse. Get the hell out
I
of
would
here.
love for that to happen to our channel because I know that means we would blow up because I know we would get so much sympathy for it.
Well, just go do something stupid because obviously, look, this year either A, get toxic enough for everybody to want to cancel you even though you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
B, be an extreme leftist where you could do so many things wrong and not get in trouble, but everybody's gonna love you anyway. Sell your bathwater, get your fans only page, or do something like put Gorilla Glue in your hair, and you've got it. Those are your 5 keys at this point.
I mean, to be fair, me and Shane have already tried being toxic, and people seem to enjoy it. So clearly, that's not our calling card. That's be something else.
I think
But
I'd like to
unfortunately,
sell
on
air.
that note, I do also have to get going. I unfortunately didn't have a lot of time to share today,
No,
but
Tom, that's okay. Thank you so much for
yeah.
stopping by. Guys, don't
See you
forget to
later.
check out him on Scoop Has. Make sure that you
Oh
go
yeah.
over to him. They're on YouTube. Make sure that you like and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications so you know every time they upload a new video.
Thanks, Amanda.
Tschüss, Thomas.
Bye.
Of course, I wonder where Baby Sister's at.
Baby sister.
Baby Sister
Escape.
disappeared. I don't know where the Baby Sister's at.
What do you mean she disappeared? From where? Where was she before?
Actually, I guarantee you I know where she's at. She's probably in Destiny with DJ, based off of the conversation they had in the group chat earlier.
Gotcha. So they're just grinding at it, huh?
Well, today, yeah, but it's let's see. There's the Valentine's Day event going on in Ark Survival, which I'm trying to do. And then
Okay.
Fortnite just had their update. And then I gotta log into Dead by Daylight every day for those blood points. And there's the Destiny 2 content. And then my first world problems are just suffocating me.
Piling up. Piling up.
And yes, I do that.
Having a cold indoor plumbing bathroom.
Yes, I do that because I realize, oh my gosh, I have to deal with that. It's just being funny, guys. Trust me, I could shut down. If I was really that concerned, I wouldn't shut down for 24 hours on a Monday going, leave me the hell alone. And don't bother me for anything. I don't want to play a video game. I don't want to do anything but sit around, chill, and watch Food Wars on
Excuse
Netflix.
me.
Have you seen that movie? As above, is it as above as down below, as above, so below, as above, so below.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
No.
Interesting. You should watch
Yeah.
it.
So like, is it like a psychological type of thriller when you say interesting, or?
So if I love the fact that the girl's basically in the female version of Indiana Jones. She's like, I'm a professor in archaeology and alchemy, and I go on these dangerous missions. And what she's doing is she's trying to find the Philosopher's Stone. And to find the Philosopher's Stone, they go into.
It's at Hogwarts. It's protected.
To find it, they go.
Flamel has it.
Well, Nicholas Flamel is dead.
Not in my world. Because in my world, it's still at Hogwarts too.
And well, it's no longer at Hogwarts. We know that because
that's what I'm saying. Like in my world, it's still that's what I'm saying. I'm in a back timeline.
So since Nicholas Flamel lived in France, they go to the abandoned part of the catacombs.
Okay.
And anything else I say could ruin it. So the end.
That was beautiful. It was a beautiful summarization.
Oh, yeah. But it is interesting. I do have to fight it, buddy. She's a professor at a college, well, so is Indiana Jones. And I'm an archaeologist, so is Indiana Jones. And I'm not looking for treasure, I'm looking for the truth. Okay, so is kind of Indiana Jones going after religious artifacts.
Does she destroy everything like Indiana Jones does?
Well, the very beginning, she goes into Iran or Iraq. I'm sorry, I can't remember. It was one of those. Something or other. So don't quote me. I don't know if it's Iran or Iraq. And they're about to blow up a tunnel, and she goes in there, and she has this guy, and he's like, I gotta go. I got a family. She's like, fine, just go. And it's like, bitch, no, you should have left like 5 minutes ago. They're about to blow this thing. She takes risks. She takes risks that she really doesn't need to.
I'm so sorry.
To finish her father's work.
Oh, interesting. Definitely not a ripoff.
So
you keep freezing, or maybe I'm freezing.
According to this, I'm not.
It's a little bit hot. I mean, it's probably my phone getting hot again.
But like, it's a good movie as long as you can get past the fact that she knows she's going to the catacombs. They've already told her, look, there's going to be water. We're going to have to do some spelunking. We're going to have to do this, this, and this. Shows up in damn dress boots.
Okay. So it's a dumb Laura Croft. Because at least she is smart enough to dress appropriately for the occasion. Ugh.
Yeah, she's got these like knee-high dress boots. Okay, props on the fact that they're knee-high. They're dress boots. And like you see, and like the rest of them, you see them walking around in like the rain boots that everybody wears around here in Oxford.
Okay.
You know those rain boots that everybody wears?
I think I do.
The galoshy looking thingies. It could be raining and girls will wear like these little booty shorts, and then they have these big old gray ass galosh looking things that they bought at Walmart. I'm like, oh honey, oh lovely,
fashionable.
I love it when they wear so big and then they don't have an umbrella or anything, so it's the rain is just pouring into the boot, and I'm going,
yeah, what was the point? Yeah.
No. I know it's waterproof, but they didn't mean to keep the water in. It's supposed to keep the water out. There's a difference.
They're trying to make a soup. They're basic.
But you should check that out. And if you ever have the time where you have time to read, you really need to check out that Sweet Home Korean television show. I think you'll really like it.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Sweet Home Korean television show.
Okay, so if you go to Netflix, it's called Sweet Home.
I don't have
It's
Netflix.
Oh, I thought you had Netflix.
No, I had to get rid of it a couple months back. Things had to start getting cut.
Ah.
Netflix got cut.
Ah. No, 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 no. I need my Netflix. Must have Netflix.
I kept Hulu and Disney,
Mm.
but I was able to get
Well,
them both for $10 extra on my phone for Verizon, so it was a lot cheaper than the others.
well, I don't know if I'll be going back to Disney anytime soon. Rumor has it Mandalorian's going to be canceled.
Okay, I thought it was pretty much over anyway. They were moving on to other things.
No, Mandalorian was taking a 1-year hiatus. And then we were supposed to get Rangers of the New Republic, which obviously is now scrapped due to the unfortunate events that happened to Gina Carano. And then, but Pedro Pascal just got the lead in The Last of Us, and he may just go ahead and leave because Dave Filoni's not happy with what happened to Gina Carano, which he has the right not to be. I believe what you guys want to believe, but I believe facts, and my facts say that she never said that she was transphobic or homophobic. The only thing she ever did that just burned you all to hell and back was the fact that she refused to play the pronoun game on social media.
I didn't like that she would like a lot of things that were talking about hanging, the Democrats and stuff either. She was pretty, but yeah, it's not my
I
shit.
didn't see that stuff, but then again, here's my thing. If she's making fun of whatever she's doing, that's no different than Pedro Pascal, who, and just to make a note here, I'm going to make this very clear, because people who know me already know I'm a Democrat. I'm a devout Democrat, and I am very anti-Trump. I always have been. I always will be. That doesn't mean that I have to hate you. And that doesn't mean I have to drag you through the mud just because you're a Republican. And that doesn't mean that you should do that just because I'm a Democrat. We've got to learn to get along. This hating each other is stupid. We did it before. We could do it again.
And I think I've said this to you as well. Like, you're on a certain level of, I don't know what the word I want, fame, when you can polarize people. And I've heard that, I forget where I heard this from, but like, if everybody loves you, you're not famous. If you polarize people, if people love you and they hate you, then you're famous. So it's just
But
a fame,
regardless,
right?
I don't see why she got drugged through the mud when
Now,
Pedro
whataboutism will not, it'll just give you a headache. Whataboutisms will.
But then you have Pedro who goes ahead and goes, "Oh, all Republicans are Nazis."
That's what I'm saying. The whataboutisms will drive you up the wall. It's going to be whatever people want to.
How about
Get
this?
them off it.
Hey, stop your cancer. I keep calling it cancer culture. That's how bad I hate cancel culture is, because I call it cancer culture. Stop with the cancel culture. Stop with the hate. You are allowed to dislike somebody. You don't have to agree with somebody. Guess what? You don't have to follow somebody. You don't have to watch that somebody's content. But
Disney
just
doesn't have to employ them either. So that goes to, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying, like, that goes for everything. And then people can choose not to be with Disney if they don't like their decision. This all goes all
right now, yes, there's a lot of people who are canceling their Disney Plus because of
I'm
this.
not. Definitely not. I don't give a shit. She said what she said, and people reacted how they reacted. That's not anything to do with how I.
But at the same point in time, Cassie, people need to stop going after people, like what they're doing with Chris Pratt right now, making these fake tweets, and just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop. If you're that bored at home, find something actually constructive that's actually worth a damn to
People
do.
don't see, like, the trolls. Like, I get things from the New York Times, and like, if you go onto their Facebook and you go in to look in the comments, I mean, don't because it's not worth it. But there's, like, constantly people just trolling. It doesn't matter what it's about. That this is not this, or this is lies. This, it's like, those are a very select few specific type of individual who are, like you said, bored at home. Like, so they're not out working their asses off. They're not out making decisions. They're not out movers and shakers. So don't take those people seriously ever, because that's literally all their life is, and I don't understand how they
But
live
there's
that way.
but see the thing is I used to love going on Facebook and I used to love going on Twitter and I used to love going on Instagram and
Yeah.
liking things and retweeting things and posting stuff. I used to love doing that. Now it's, hey, this is my schedule for when we're gaming and when we're podcasting. Other than that, I'm not touching social media because y'all have become a toxic hellhole.
Yep, and that's the thing though, is that you just stay away from those things that are causing you that type of grief. It's not worth it. And I
That
don't
would
think
be
that's considered cancel
that would be
culture. I
this
think that's
planet.
considered
So I'm
staying
just
away
gonna
from things.
so that would be this planet. So I should just take off and nuke it from orbit to be sure.
Yep, yep.
But
If you have the ability to do that, why are you still here?
man, man,
I
I
would
love
actually be a little like I'd be more upset that you left me, but I'd be a little upset. Like, really, you're still here?
you could
Why?
have left. I should have
Right?
left.
Why? What in God's name?
In all honesty, man, take me away.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore. As the professor would say.
You know what? Let's start with the teeny tiny bits. Just get me out of the United States first. Can we do that? Can we just get me out of
Depending on where
here
you take
first?
me, I know there's very specific places that I would go. We might have
I
a lot
mean,
of issues here, but there are a lot of places that are so much worse. So yeah, I'd have to know where I was going. That's all I'm saying. I'll go to Germany. I know a lot about their culture and societies, and
just get me out of here. Hell, take me to Africa. I know vet tech stuff.
that's a very large option of things. There are a lot of countries in Africa, so there's a wide range.
I will go live on whatever savannah it is to help with people to take care of the orphaned animals due to poachers. I'll go do that.
Well, yeah, that'd be fun.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with my collectibles because they ain't gonna fit it.
You'd love it with the heat, right? Like I don't think there's many
Oh
places
my
in
gosh,
Africa
the
that get
heat!
cold.
Yes.
I assume it's
Where's
mostly warm.
Amanda? She's that one. She turned color. She got his son. Yes, I did.
Right. You would
Because
look completely different.
Cassie, I mean, you've known me for how many years? You know I change color. I go from white to
Yeah.
really nice tan.
Yep. You have a significant amount of melanin, and it is infuriating to me because I just burn and I flake and I am pale, and then I burn and I flake and I'm pale.
Oh my gosh, Cassie, you're
And
so
you're like,
white.
you like soak up the power of the sun, and you're like, I got it in me.
I mean,
That's
in
how
all
that works,
honesty,
right? That's
I
how fans
look
work.
really pasty here, but that's just because of the lighting.
Well, it's been winter. You haven't been out. Of course, I guess you weren't out the summer either because pandemic. Weird. How about keep you
Well,
inside?
I got to the pool a few times, and then somebody else figured out what my time was to go to the pool. And I really hated the bastard because then they started showing up 5 minutes before I would take my time to go to the pool.
Yeah. It's almost like they deliberately try to ruin days, huh?
I'm just
Make
like,
sporadic. Don't plan it. Like be sporadic.
it's like, well, you can't be sporadic because you weren't supposed to be in the pool with all these people, and I needed to get to the pool early enough in the morning because people weren't following the pool rules. So people are just sitting there and they're coughing and they're hacking and there's like 50 people in the pool. And remember, guys, this is last
Tiny
year's
pool.
summer at the height of a lot of stuff. Everybody's in the pool. They're taking their barbecues, they're playing their music, and they're just hanging out at the pool.
Right.
No
Right.
social distancing. And this isn't like, oh, this dude brought his friends. No, that's like that couple over there and this couple over there and then this family with their kids and then this family with their kids. And then people that didn't live here were coming here and using the pool. And I'm just like, no. So my time to use the pool was from 10 in the morning till 11. That way I could be in, out, and done. And then somebody started showing up at 5 till 10 and they knew. Because I would, when they started doing it, I started looking out my window and then they started waving at me like, ha ha. And I'm just like, I hope you drown. Sorry. That was mean. I'm sorry.
I hope you drown. Someone saves you and resuscitates you. Then you go drown again.
But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, before Cassie's phone kills her, we're going to go ahead and call it a night.
It's going to explode one of these days.
Of course, as always, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thanks so much for hanging out in the comments. We love being able to talk back to you. And of course, as always, make sure that you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on YouTube. And if you like, go ahead and follow us here on Twitch. It doesn't cost you anything, and we'd appreciate it. On that note, bye.
Tschüss.